Hi Silem stars, you're welcome back to my channel. In today's video guys, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful extended peplum top with kimono sleeves. So if you want to see how we make this beautiful top, definitely keep on watching.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
Now the first thing you want to do is to fold your fabric into two. The width of this piece after folding should be your shoulder divided by 2 plus 10 inches, okay? So it should be as wide as your shoulder divided by 2 plus 10 inches. Now mark your shoulder line at the top of the fabric, and then on that shoulder line, mark your shoulder divided by 2. From that point, mark 6 inches. 6 inches is the length of my sleeve, but I added 1 inch allowance to that to make it 7 inches. So I actually marked 7 inches. If you want your sleeve to be longer, you can actually make it longer. Now from the shoulder line downwards, I'm marking my waistline plus half an inch. My waistline is 15.5 plus half an inch, making it 16 inches. I just extended that line. From that shoulder line now, I'm going to mark the depth of my front neckline. The front neckline depth I'm marking here is 2.5 inches, while the width of the front neckline is 3 inches. I'm using my curved ruler now to connect both points together. Now for my shoulder slope, I'm going to come down by 1 inch and then connect that to my neck width to create the shoulder slope. Now from that point there, I'm going to decide how wide I want my sleeve opening to be. For me, I'm using 7 inches. That's how wide my sleeve opening is going to be. So I'm just extending the line at that point. Next thing I'll do is to draw a straight line all the way up. And then, so the sleeve doesn't look very straight, I'm just going to go in by half an inch at the bottom and connect that to the top of the sleeve so that the sleeve has a very nice, hem. Now on that 7-inch mark, I'm just going to mark my bust circumference divided by 4. I'll mark that on that 7-inch mark, and then I'm going to add 1.5 inches allowance. On the waistline, I'll divide the waist circumference by 4. Mark that. I'm going to add 1 inch dart allowance and 1.5 inches sewing allowance. I'll connect both points together with a straight line, and then I'm going to draw a curve to connect the body of the blouse to the sleeve of the blouse. Now for my neckline, if you notice, this neckline has a slit at the bottom of the round neck. So from the round neck downwards, I'm just marking 4 inches and I'm going to cut along the fold at that point. Now for my dart, I'm just marking my bust span divided by 2 from the fold of the fabric. Just mark that on the waistline, and then from the shoulder line, I'm coming down by 11 inches. My bust point is 10 inches, so I came down by 1 inch below my bust point, which is 11 inches. So if your bust point is 12 inches, come down by 1 inch, making it 13 inches. So once you have that, mark it and then connect that to the waistline. Now for my dart, I'm going to go out on both sides of the straight line by half an inch. So the total width of my dart will be 1 inch, okay? So I've gone ahead to connect that together. Now the top part here where I have that shoulder slope, when I'm cutting, I'm going to go up by half an inch just so that I have that half an inch allowance for sewing. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of the piece. Now I'm going to use this piece to cut the back piece. Remember to cut along that fold to create that slit for the neckline. I also went ahead to create a notch where I have my dart so that I know exactly where the dart is. For the back piece, I folded the fabric into 2 as well, just like I did for the front. The only difference is that the width of the back has 1 inch extra for the zipper allowance, okay? So I placed the front piece on top of the fabric so that I can cut the back piece. Now for the depth of the back neckline, I use 1.5 inches and the width is the same. I just used a curve to connect the depth and the width together. I also marked, where I have my dart, and I marked that 7-inch mark as well. Now my dart for the back is going to go all the way up to that 7-inch mark. The rest of the piece is the same with the front. The only difference is in the depth of the back neckline, as well as how high my dart goes for the back. Now for the back as well, what I did was I came in by half an inch from the edge of the zipper allowance. Then I took it up, and I also went up from the hem of the back piece as well. Went up by half an inch and connected it, just so that I can take out any form of zipper bulging. I did this for the fabric piece as well. Now as you can see, what I have here for the lining is the exact same thing with the fabric. So just cut the same thing you cut on your fabric, cut it on your lining. So now it's time for us to sew. I'm going to place the back pieces right sides facing with the front piece. Okay, and then I'm going to join them along the shoulder. So make sure you're doing this for the fabric pieces, and then the same thing you did for the fabric piece, do the same thing for the lining as well. Join the lining pieces along the shoulder. So this is what it looks like once we're done sewing. I also went ahead to open up the allowance, and I ironed it flat. Now I'm placing the lining right sides facing with the fabric. As you can see, I ironed the seam allowance. I opened the seam allowance and ironed it flat. So I'm just placing them together right sides facing. Now I'm going to trim off 1 inch from the sleeve of the lining. Okay, so just trim off 1 inch from the sleeve. The reason why we're trimming the lining sleeve is so that when we're done sewing, the sleeve is hemmed beautifully. Okay, so after trimming it off, we're going to go ahead and sew. Now we're going to sew starting from the zipper allowance around the neckline and down the other zipper allowance. We'll also go ahead and make sure that the lining and the fabric are equal at the sleeve. Sew them and then push it back so that they are equal on the sides, and then sew the sides as well. Okay, so just follow the description, and then once we're done sewing, we're going to iron it flat and then put in our darts. We're going to sew our darts in place. After that, I'm just going to arrange my piece very well, and then I'm going to move on to marking the body measurements. So place your bust measurements where you have the bust area, and then mark your bust measurements on both sides. We'll do the same thing with the waist circumference as well. We'll get our waist measurements and then mark it. Obviously at this point you should be marking your waist measurement divided by 2. Okay, and then connect that all the way up to the sleeve. At the sleeve, I'm just going to come out from the edge by half an inch and connect it to the body measurements. So we'll go ahead and sew that down, and this is what we're going to have. Now the final thing we're going to do is to create our extended peplum. Now when I measure my waist, what I have is 30 inches, okay, which is my actual waist measurements, 30 inches. Now for the extended peplum, these are the pieces I'm going to use. I have a piece for the front and a piece for the back. So this one here is for the front. As you can see, it is folded lengthwise and widthwise. So can you see the way I folded it? Okay, so just take note of it. It's folded like this. Now I'm going to divide my waist circumference by 4, which will give me 7.5 inches. So just divide your waist circumference by 4, and then from the fold, mark that 7.5 inches. Okay, now after marking it, you should have at least 20 to 23 inches extra. Remember that this is on fold. So after marking your quarter of your waist circumference, you should have extra 20 to 23 inches. Now for your back piece, you want to have an extra 1 inch along that fold for your zipper allowance. Now that same quarter of my waist measurement that I marked, I'm just going to notch it at that point, so the notching gets to both the front piece and the back piece. So that notch should be on the front piece and on the back piece. Okay, so you want to make sure that that notch is obvious. So for the back piece, remember that I have 2 pieces for my back piece. Okay, two pieces because I have the zipper allowance in between. So from that place where you notched, you want to go ahead and hem all the way down to the end. Do not hem the part where you marked your quarter of your waist measurement. So just simply hem from that place you notched all the way down to the end. Okay, so I'll do that for both back pieces and for the front piece as well. So when I open it up, this is what we have. We have it the place where we notched. You can see this is where we notched. Okay, so from that notch, I'm just going to hem from the notch to the end and from the other notch all the way to the other end. So can you see what we have? Once we're done hemming it, you can see that up close, you can clearly see the part where I did not hem and the part where I hemmed. So this is for the front. I also went ahead to close the ends as well. So make sure that you close the end of your piece. Now these are my back pieces. As you can see, I have two back pieces. So I left the part where I have quarter of my waist plus zipper allowance free, and then I hem the rest of it. So now it's time for us to join it to our top. Now to join it to the top is pretty easy. All you have to do is just simply mark the midpoint of your front piece, okay, and also mark the midpoint of the peplum for the front. So just make sure you mark both midpoints and then place the peplum right sides facing with the top, and then from that midpoint, make sure that the midpoints align. From that midpoint, sew to one end and to the other end. You're sewing from the midpoint to the side seam, okay, and that side seam will correspond to the part where you have the notch on the peplum. Okay, so just sew from one side seam to the other side seam. And once you're done with that, you're going to move on to the back piece as well. You're going to place the back piece right sides facing. You make sure that the zipper allowance side for both the peplum and the top, they align, and then just sew from that zipper allowance to the side seam, which is also where you have that notch on your peplum. We'll do the same thing for the other side as well. Okay, it's very, very simple. Place the peplum right sides facing and then sew from the zipper allowance to the side seam. And once you're done with that, you can go ahead and put in the zipper for your piece, and we're all done. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.